Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's recap is for Tuesday, August the 23rd, 2022. Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022. Today's episode, had quite a bit going on. Kind of a cute episode, especially with little Leo. Okay. Now, Leo was mixing up that little elixir potion. He had it all down. He, to the last little bit, even strained it out, the little flour out into 2 cups. Problem is, he had a platter with cups, filled all of them up with lemonade except two. The two he put the elixir in, and they were kind of on the end. So he takes the little tray out, sets it down, and then Chase asked him would he be his partner in one of the races. So little Leo's like, hey, sure. And Chase is like, well, go over there and check out. I forget what he wanted him to check out before the race started. So Chase is looking at a cup and he grabs, well, they don't show him grab a cup. All of a sudden, they just show hands reaching over to the platter, grabbing cups. Okay. Then all the cups are taken. Now, at the end of the show, the way it's supposed to work is two people that were meant to be in love or that were truly in love, when they drank that and they gazed at each other, like their eyes are open and they're in love, right? So we have Chase coming into, looks like a stable area. Sam is sitting in their barn kind of ish, but stable kind of. She's sitting there probably reading. She's sipping her cup. He's sipping his cup. And he's like, hey, Sam, have you seen Brooklyn? And Sam's like, blinking, excuse me, what? Have you seen Brooklyn? And she goes, no. And he goes, well, you know what? And he's sipping. You look like you can use a friend. Would you like me to join you? So, he comes in. Then we have Dante getting ready to go out the kitchen door. Brooklyn is coming in. So they kind of bump into each other and their eyes meet. They're having everybody's eyes meet and kind of like, hey, what? And then they had Drew and Carly. He's at the grill. She comes over to him. They're both looking at each other and everything. And then we have Ava and Nicholas. He wants to know, does she want to join him with some game? And she's like, why would I want to do that? And he's like, unless you're afraid to lose. And then she's looking at him like, well, let's go. So you don't know if they got the mixture. That's so cute to see who, in fact, and I don't think for one we'll ever find out because, they don't know which cup they took. They were just taking drinks. But that was just a cute little diversion episode. So we have Willow. She tells Michael, I need to talk to you. Come sit on the couch. And she has something important to tell him. And he's like, look, no matter what we've gone through a lot. So just, what? And as she's starting to tell him, he looks off of the French doors off of the deck and he sees Sonny going by. And he has to just jump up, go over there. You're not welcome here. Why don't you just leave or whatever he's saying? And Sonny says something to him. And then Michael's like, I don't want to listen to this. No, he goes, is Nina with you? And he goes, and if she was, I wouldn't let you disrespect her, And so Michael slams the door in Sonny's face. All of a sudden you see the door opening and Sonny walked in, true Sonny fashion. And I was actually kind of happy that he did it. He looked at Michael. He said, you ever do that again? And that's the last door you'll be slamming. And Michael was like, and so Willow jumps up and says, look, this is a day for charity. This is a day for General Hospital. This is a day for children. Look, for one day, for just one day, can you put your personal issues aside and be grateful and thankful. So they both kind of agree to cause a truce, and Sonny says, enjoy the picnic, and walks out, right? So Michael, thanks her for, look, you're right. You are 100% right. This is not the day for that, but hey, you wanted to tell me something. And she's like, you know what? No, as she starts to talk again, Olivia comes in with their son and little Wiley. Mommy, come on, let's play a game. So she's, anything for it. Willow will take any distraction to put off telling him. So she goes on out with Wiley and Michael, and she and Terry are sitting on the grass and they're talking. And Terry says, Britt told me about your appointment today. And I just want to let you know that, my advice is early treatment as soon as possible. And so Willow says, and she goes, and studies have shown the support of a loving family greatly helps. I see you haven't told your family. And she goes, I decided not to tell them until I start treatment. Now we're talking weeks away. See, Willow, this decision, Michael should be involved with, period. She come with May with Willow, because there was no reason for her. She'll say, look, once she starts treatment, I'm gonna tell them when my hair starts falling out, when I lose my hair, or when I'm too sick to function because of the chemo, then I'll tell them. There's always going to be a reason that Willow's going to put it off. Seriously. That's just ridiculous. So then we have TJ and his mom, Jordan, were talking at the hospital, and he was saying that Marshall was coming. And Jordan said, you know what? It's time for me to meet him, period. If he shows up while I'm here, good, I need to meet him. And sure enough, he does. TJ introduced them and they go have a talk. You kind of think Marshall was going to really rag on her, but he lets her know that, bottom line, yeah, he doesn't like what happened to his son, but he feels that he hurt his family the most by walking out and letting them think he was dead. He felt that hurt his children, that just set that whole thing in motion, right? And then Marshall began to talk about, he asked Jordan, had she noticed any schizophrenic signs or episodes? And she said, well, as a police officer, I'm trained to see that. She says, and I'm going to tell you, Marshall, I never saw that. I never saw signs of it. She said, your son died of PTSD. He was having a PDST episode, because he goes, the reports, or I've heard that his son was just not in his right mind. And she goes, no, he wasn't, but it wasn't because of schizophrenia, so that kind of put Marshall's mind at ease with that. And he actually forgave Jordan. So that put her mind at ease. And he was letting her know that, she needs to forgive herself. And what's done is done, may not be right, but, TJ's a beautiful, marvelous young man, and, yada, yada, yada. So they had a great conversation, and it parted on great terms. Okay. TJ had left at that time to go to the pool. He was going to meet Jordan there later. Jordan said, I'll be there. So TJ's there, and he walks in on Curtis proposing. So he takes out his phone and he's recording the whole proposal. And it was beautiful, very well thought out. And of course, Portia says yes. She definitely says yes, loves the ring. And when Jordan gets there, TJ tells her, because He did not want her to be blindsided. He's like, I did not know they were going to be here, Mom. She goes, I don't have a problem with, you want to ask them to come join us? Okay, ask them to come. He goes, no, no, no. He proposed to her. And Jordan did feel something, you know. She's just like, wow. She goes, I knew this day would come. I mean, they bought a house together. They're buying a house together, you know, so I shouldn't be surprised. And he goes, yeah, but it might still hurt, Mom. And, you know, I know this might still be difficult for you. So Jordan actually goes over and congratulates the two. And Portia says, thank you, gives her a hug, you know. And Portia says, I'll give you two for a moment. So she talks to Curtis, and, you know, they kind of talk a bit about, you know, they're happy the way the Trina's trial situation worked out. And Curtis thanked her for her discretion because, you know, she knows what Portia did to wake Oz up. And Portia's like, what, you know what? But they weren't out and out saying things, right? Because look, she still needs to be, she did what? You mean he didn't wake up on his own? Oh my God. You know, she still wants that plausible deniability, right? So she goes back and she talks to TJ, and they're getting ready to leave, or they actually walk off. While the Jordan and Portia are talking, you can see TJ and Jordan walking, you know, off to the side of the area. And Portia gets a phone call, and she goes, oh, it's the hospital. I have to take this. So she walks, you know, away kind of to the other end of the pool area. And she's saying that, yes, this is Dr. Portia Robinson. And, you know, they tell her she could have an appointment in 3 weeks. She's like, 3 weeks? I've been waiting a long time for this appointment. In 3 weeks? And Jordan happens to be coming back. So she sees Portia on the phone, so she backs up a bit. And she hears Portia talk about, well, no, the genetic testing is not going to be for myself. And Jordan's ears is perking up, right? And she goes, it's going to be for my daughter. So, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Jordan, not today, but she's going to make it a point, probably Monday, next week, they're going to make it a point of showing them. And Jordan is going to ask Portia, why would you get Trina genetically tested? And Jordan's going to figure it out. And she's going to tell Portia, why did you never tell Curtis? And why have you not told Trina? And why have you not told my good friend Taggart? Because Jordan and Taggart are friends, right? So Portia's going to be full of tears. Oh, she's going to be crying so much. Oh, but don't tell, please. No, you know, I should be the one to tell him. Don't, oh, no, Curtis is not going to feel, you know, I don't want to see Jordan's crocodile tears once she's outed, because there is no reason she took this long. Okay. So that's coming. I could just tell that is going to come, and come what may with that, because it took far too long for Jordan to even half fess up to what's going on. So now comment corner, we got some pretty good comments. Now, I think we do have some spoiler. I'm not going to talk about that yet. We'll wait to see if we get another cat fight on General Hospital amongst women. I'm not going to comment on that part. But we've got Susan, who says, young Leo, he was trying to help, you know, giving people, he made his little own love potion, and he put it in the cups, and when he came back, they were gone. Yeah, people drank the potion. We don't know who drank what, well, we'll find out now, won't we? And of course, she's like, Willow played referee with Sonny, and, you know, kind of a great recap of the episode. Great job, Susan. If anybody wants to read Susan's recap, just go ahead and click on her comment so you can expand her her recap of what happened today. Great job, Susan. And then we have LaShanta said, Willow, what's wrong with you? And then she says, Michael started it today. Yeah, Michael did start it. Jordan overheard Portia. Yes, she did. Nicholas, Nicholas, a whole fool. And then she goes, Sonny's Sonny's gonna really be suspicious now. About what? I don't know what Sonny's gonna be suspicious. Oh, maybe why Nicholas was trying to cut him off when Ava was asking about Esme. You might be right, Sonny, because Sonny asked Ava, look, didn't you tell me Esme would never be found? And Ava's like, hey, I guess I was wrong, right? I can be wrong from time to time. And so Sonny was sitting down saying, but that was kind of a rookie move for her to do that, on social media. So that's when Nicholas comes in. Oh, he's gonna be the savior. And he goes, that's enough talking to my wife or something. And Sonny stands up like, what you gonna do about it? Or what? Stop talking or what? And Sonny standing up, I'll tell you like I told your uncle. Take your best shot. Take it. And you're gonna see what's gonna happen. Sonny was having to be in rare form at this picnic. Michael, stupid Nicholas, oh my goodness. And so that was just pretty interesting to me, how Nicholas is just an idiot. And Lisa says, oh no, see, Lisa, you trying to give a spoiler way too much in it. I'm not gonna talk about that spoiler. Let's see. Then we have Lisa. Okay, this part is not a spoiler. Surely Willow will not kill the baby and herself. Now I don't think they're gonna write Willow off the show at all. We got way too much storyline to go with her and Nina. So Nina's gonna be the savior of Willow. And then she's says that waiting isn't good. But you know what? That's one of those life choices that you're happy you're not in that situation. You can't say what's right and what's wrong. What's wrong is her not telling anybody. This is not a decision that just affects her, even though it's her body, right? But other people, I mean, this affects Michael's child too. Ultimately, it is going to be Willow's decision, but she should get some kind of weigh-in on the baby's father. So let's see. And then Lisa says she would hope to see Spencer get community service. Me too. Spencer has a grudge against Ava for many years, way too many years. And then she goes, Spencer would be hurt if he found out that his father slept with Esme, because that was a big crossing of the line, big time. And then she heard this, which does ring true because the storyline was so powerful, that Esme, Ryan were on the set filming and they caught COVID. And she says probably Gladys, Sasha, and Brando caught it. That there's a reason that they're just completely boom. She's supposed to be arraigned the very next morning. I mean, way too much was going on. So that really honestly could be it. And then Phyllis says Nicholas has to stop and think. Bottom line, he has a motive for killing Esme as well. Yes, he does. Bottom line, people don't know. Ava knows. Could have been to shut Esme up, period. He don't want his son to find out, right? Yeah, that's motive. And then this Chemo Beauty says Sonny needs to stop being shady because he's pretty sure that he wasn't even wanted at the picnic, especially by Michael. Yeah, but it was a hospital picnic, and like he said, he was a huge donor of the hospital. But look, that was on Quartermain turf. None of those Quartermains like Sonny Corinthos. So yeah, he was just doing that to stir up the pot, period. Stir up the pot. And then we have Devlin says she Googled and Portia Robinson worked at Mercy and GH. I knew she worked at Mercy at some point. Yes, I did know that because she was never a GH doctor that we saw doing any rounds, right? And then I think that's about it. That's about, oh, Sandy says that Willow needs to listen to Britt. Sonny knows he's wrong for asking Nina to the party. I'm just glad Nina didn't go. Um, Nina overheard TJ on top of poolside on the phone saying that, you know, okay, he's used to having to have a lot of lunches alone when he was talking to Molly, right? Molly had to work, so she couldn't join him and Jordan. So Willow's gonna assume that, ooh, he's gonna try to be meeting my she saw TJ and Willow together. She's gonna start. I do believe Willow would start to think something was going on between TJ and Willow. So, and Monique said, do I remember the soap Passions? You know, I never watched Passions. I don't even remember. Like, was that a GH spinoff? I don't even think it was. Let me know about Passions. What kind of soap setting was that? Because we had GH spinoffs was The Night Shift and Port Charles. Those were two GH spinoffs. I think Passions was something else. Anybody that knows anything about Passions, kind of give me a quick, oh, it was set in, you know, the fictitious town, the Pleasantville, whatever it was set in. But that right there was Comment Corner. Comment Corner. Thank you so much for all your comments. Please, please, please comment on today's episode. What did you like? What did you not like? Although there were some comments from today's episode, so thank you very much. I did get into those today. So I will be back tomorrow on Wednesday, August the 24th, for the next General Hospital Daily Recap.